Guys, it's Anya, otherwise known as Pink Sweets here on YouTube, and today we're going to do a second look with the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Thirsty Palette. Ooh, I held it up correctly this time. This is a sort of collab with my friend Stephy Has Things to Say. She has a channel that is awesome, and I hope you guys will go check her out. I'll link her video in the description box below, and I might even throw up a card so that you guys can go and check her out and subscribe to her channel. She is really awesome, and she does a lot of dupe videos. So today I'm going to be using the Thirsty palette, and she's going to be using kind of like the same shades, but in palettes that she owns herself already, to show you guys that you can get the same look and you don't have to have the palette itself. So that is what we're going to be doing today. And so like I said, I'm going to be using the actual Thirsty palette, and she's going to be duping it. So I'm going to be using my MAC I almost said jumbo eyeshadow pencil. Nope, that would be NYX, which I do use sometimes as well. But this is the MAC Paint Stick in white. I really like this as an eyeshadow base to make my eyeshadows pop. And I'm just going to blend that out with a dry beauty sponge. This is the Real Techniques sponge, the body and face sponge. And don't ever use it for my body, but that is what you can use it for. So I'm going to be doing, it's kind of like a look that I believe it's going to be my take on, it's not going to be exact, but of course, but it's going to be kind of like my take on the look that Lipstick Nick did with Jeffree Star in a video. I don't know if she did it for the campaign or if it was just a look that she did when they were together in a video. This is the Physicians Formula Rosé All Day Serum. I personally feel like it's more like a moisturizer than a serum. I think I've said that before. I really like it. It's very lightly fragranced, so if you are sensitive to smells, it probably won't bother you. And the smell goes away pretty quickly. I like it as a moisturizer before my makeup, but I also use it at night sometimes. So, alright, so now we're going to go in with the Thirsty palette. And the first shade I'm going to do is, okay, let's get this situated so I don't drop things as I usually do. So I'm going to set my lip color aside. I'm going to go in with my Morphe M504, which is a gigantic fluffy blending brush, and I'm going to go into the shade Taste Buds, which is the lighter of the two peachy shades, and I'm going to pop that all across my, where's my mirror? There it is. Alright, so I'm going to pop that all across my crease, staying below my brow bone, and I'm just going to go in. And then we're going to deepen it up with the shade that is called Bitch with 3 eyes, which I guess would be said beach. And deepen it up. We'll go in with a smaller brush for that. Alright. So how are you guys doing today? I'm so glad to be filming again. I took a few days off. You'll probably see a video go up before this one. And that would be my Whatever Happened to That Palette Wednesday. But yeah, I hadn't filmed in a few days. I just wasn't feeling well. And when I don't feel well, like I have flare-ups from my chronic illness, and when I don't feel well, I don't really feel like myself. And I don't know. I don't want to, I mean, I know that I can be myself with you guys. Like, I know that I could come on camera and be like, hey guys, sorry if I'm not as peppy, I don't feel well, but I just like to be, you know, my normal self when I'm on camera. So I was like, I'm just gonna take a couple of days. I wish that I would have pre-filmed, but I didn't know I wasn't gonna feel well. I think I'm gonna try to pre-film a few videos and just have them on reserve so that in the future, I won't even say if, I'll say when it happens, that I don't feel well, I can just pop that up and it will, you know, you guys will still have something to watch even when I'm not feeling well. So I'm gonna go back in with Taste Buds and I'm just gonna go over the top of Itch again, just to blend it out. So last time we used mostly the peach and then we used some like bronzy and gold on the lid. And today we're gonna go full in with the yellow. And then I do have a look planned that I'm really excited about where I mix the Jeffree Star Thirsty palette and the Manny palette together. So I'm really excited about that. So I'm gonna go in with this Makeup Geek. It's like a domed crease brush. And I'm going to go into Quench, which is that bright yellow. And I'm just going to pat that across the lid and kind of blend it into the peachy shade. Let me know in the comment section what you guys have been up to since the last time we talked. I like hearing about what you guys are up to. Congratulations again to my 500 subscriber winner, Laura. I'm so excited. And her gift card will be going out this week. Probably it will be already on its way by the time you guys see this video. And our next giveaway will be at 1,000 subscribers. And we are already at almost 650. So that's pretty good. I'm going to take the yellow shade on the more fluffy brush and I'm just going to kind of work that into the crease as well, just to help it blend into the peachy shade. And I know I didn't use tape today, it's crazy. But we can always clean it up with a makeup wipe because you don't have to use tape if you don't want to. I know some people don't like the stickiness on their face, so. All right, so that's what I'm gonna do on the upper for now. We are gonna add some other stuff, but not until we're done with our face. So I think this is a pretty easy look to get. I'm just gonna take, I'm telling you, his eyeshadows in this palette have the least amount of fallout of any eyeshadow palette I've ever used. Hands down, without a question. Okay. So, I'm going to let the Rose All Day serum act as my primer today. And I'm going to go in with first my Makeup Revolution stick foundation. Especially when it's hot out, I like to use this in conjunction with another foundation just because it's just easy. And it really makes whatever other foundation I choose very like full coverage matte. And it just gives it kind of that base to make it stay all day. So I have my Clean Morphe sponge here. And I'm going to take my L'Oreal True Match foundation. I got this idea actually from Jaclyn Hill. She uses the Hourglass Vanish Stick foundation and then she uses the Dior Forever foundation as her liquid to go in over it. I don't like the Hourglass foundation stick personally. I find that, I don't know, I find it looks cakey on me. And I feel like the lightest shade, the one that I got, was actually a little bit too dark for me. So, but I thought it was a genius idea to use the stick and the liquid together. Because I can see how it would make it last all day and be more like of a flawless base. I have some of the liquid on my hand. This is the L'Oreal True Match. I don't remember if I said that. It's one of my favorite drugstore foundations. I think it's actually the first drugstore foundation I bought. And the Dior Forever foundation, I love that foundation, but again, their shade range, not the best at all. And not even on the pale side. Like, the palest one that I had was still way too yellow for me, and it oxidized, so it was like, it was a big no. A big no. So I used it. Oh, and that's another thing. Okay, so I mix my Fenty foundation in with pretty much every single foundation, as you guys know. I'm using the Maybelline Master Conceal Concealer. This is my new concealer. You don't need very much. It's pretty, a little goes a long way. But I bought my Fenty and my Dior foundation around the same time. And my Dior foundation ran out when I had only gotten to halfway on my Fenty. And I'm telling you, my Fenty foundation, I used way more. So the Dior foundation says it has an ounce in it. I don't know. I think the frosted thick glass bottle takes up part of that because it has to. Like, there's no way. I don't know. Because when I would use the Dior Forever Skin Foundation, I wouldn't use as much product. And I'm telling you, I ran out. And I even opened the bottle to try and dig out what was left in there because it was really expensive. I mean, it wasn't the most expensive foundation that I've seen, but it, you know, it was like $50. Pretty expensive. And the Fenty one is only like 30 something. And the Fenty one has a little bit more than an ounce, whereas the Dior one has exactly an ounce. But when I ran out of the Dior, and like I said, I got them literally on the same day. And when I ran out of the Dior, I still had half a bottle of my Fenty foundation remaining. So, can't explain it, but it's kind of weird. So I'm going to go in with my Born This Way Ethereal Setting Powder. I forget that I have this sometimes, and I was watching a Manny video and he said he likes this one better than the peach one. I don't know if I feel the same way, but I do agree it's a good powder. But I will say, I think the Maybelline Fit Me is just as good, if not better, than both of them put together. And it's like $5 at Walmart, so don't feel like you have to get the expensive setting powder either. There are really good, inexpensive alternatives, which I always try to tell you guys about. Like, yes, I do personally spend a lot of money here and there on expensive items, but I pick and choose what I get. I'm going in with the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in Electric. And I'm going to put that on my lower lash line, my waterline. I mean, I definitely do like a lot of high-end products, but I also like a lot of drugstore products. And if I know of a dupe or a company that sells really good quality, you know, cheaper alternatives, I always try to let you guys know. I feel like finally makeup companies are stepping up their game, like drugstore companies are stepping up their game with eyeshadows, because I feel like for the longest time, like Maybelline, L'Oreal, Revlon, those companies were really just not coming out with good eyeshadow from the drugstore. But I did do a drugstore, I'm going to go in with Submerge, which is the blue shade in the palette, and I'm going to blend that out. And I do feel like, you know, the CoverGirl palette that I used was really good. And I feel like a lot of the companies are coming out with more alternatives for, you know, people to get good. Before it was like the drugstore brands, like the typical drugstore brands, just didn't have pigmented eyeshadow, in my opinion. I don't think that'll ever stop me from loving my, you know, Jeffree Star palettes, but I like a lot of Morphe. I like a lot of NYX. I love that. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to get my wipes out of the way. I'm going to take my unicorn powder brush, which is just has like a unicorn horn, and I'm just going to buff away any excess powder that I had on my face. I don't really bake, but sometimes I leave just a tiny bit of excess powder just to make sure that my foundation, okay, just got it in my hair. Put my hair up today. It's really hot. And my hair, as you guys know, does not like to do anything when it's hot outside. So I'm going to go in with that same brush, clean it off of my color switch, and I'm going to go in with Filthy Rich, which is one of the metallics, and it is this one right here. It's like a very light gold. It's like the lighter of the two golds. And I'm going to put that in my inner corner. And I'm not even wetting the brush. Look, oh, I got something in the corner of my eye. But look at how metallic that is. I mean, that's crazy metallic. I really hope that he sticks with this shimmery formula, like this metal formula, and does more colors with it. Like, I want to see him do, I would love to see him do a purple themed palette, and I would love to see him do like a purple, like a lilac or lavender, like a baby pink. Like, I would love to see him do this formula in like every shade. He could do a full palette with those metal colors and I would buy it. I mean, it's just amazing. Okay, we're gonna go in with my new favorite mascara that somebody recommended. It was some YouTuber that I was watching. This is the Revlon Volumizing mascara in the shade Blackest Black, and I just really like it. I like the brush. It's just like a normal, like fatter brush, so I like it because it doesn't have like a torture device on it. And yeah, I just really like it. Okay, that was a big clump. There we go. I feel like it really gives my lashes a lot of volume, so the name is, you know, a good choice. I feel like out of all of the drugstore mascaras that I've tried, this has been the best one so far. And so far, I have yet to get it on my face or on my lid when I am, you know, when I am working with it. Okay. I'm going to go in with my blush brush and my Makeup Geek blushes. I used them in my last tutorial as well. I'm going to go in with Bliss and Summer Fling. At one point, Makeup Geek was having like a bundle deal, and they were selling like 10 of their blush. What, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so like 8 of their blushes for like a cheaper price in the bundle, and I bought it. And then I forget that I have it. But when I do my Whatever Happened to That Palette Wednesday, I always try to pull out other products that I haven't used in a while. And you guys know I like a lot of blush. And I pulled it out and I was like, wow, it's so pretty. I love the peachy tones. So get that out of the way. And then I'm going to go into, I've been using this lately. This is the Brook Candy MAC blush. blush, bronzer in the shade Golden. And it's just like a really, I don't know, it's just like a really nice, not too orangey. And I just do a little here and then on my forehead and a little on my nose when I just want to warm up my face just a little bit. I'm using that same unicorn brush that we used to dust away the powder because I don't want it to be too concentrated. And I don't want too much blush today. And then we're going to go in with highlighter. What highlighter should I use? I feel like I used this one in my last video. I should use a Jeffree Star highlighter, but I don't know. No, I'm going to use this one. I'm going to use the Ofra highlighter. This is the Nikki Tutorials Everglow. I bought this and I had to have it, and then I forget that I have it. This is my Trader Joe's Rose Toner facial spray, which I like to just meld the powders into my skin, and then I like to always have my skin sprayed before I go in with highlighter. I mean, oh, look at it. No words. I really want to get, because it has 3. So this is Glazed Donut, this is Glow Goals, or something like that, or I forget. And this one is, I don't remember either. The only one I remember is Glazed Donut, but, which I would buy as a single. It is so blinding though. I mean, it's just crazy. And I just mix the 2 lighter shades together. I'm definitely gonna have to blend that out because my forehead is glowing to space. But if you want an intense highlighter, and I don't have a code obviously because I haven't been on YouTube for very long, but so I should say I don't have a code yet. I hope to one day have one. But anyhow, Ofra does allow beauty influencers to have a code with them that saves you 30%. So it's not just, you know, 10% or whatever, which any amount of money off is good. We're going to go in with our Rimmel setting spray, but I think 30% is pretty good. And I think it brings the highlighters down to like $17 or something like that. I'm going to go in with Jeffree Star Cherry Wet. I just feel like a bold lip today. So Jeffree Star had Lipstick Nick on his channel, and they did their makeup together and talked about their classes and stuff, and I think this is the look that they both did, like the colors. So Steffi suggested this color combination, and Steffi, I'm glad you did because I love it. This is a look, isn't it? That's bright. A little bit more setting powder, setting spray. This is a look. I like it though. It's bright even for me. Like in the realm of like orange and yellow, which I never used to go for. So this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed. It was so good to be back and to talk to you guys again. I do miss you when I'm not here, and I do love that I can also talk to you on other platforms, so don't ever hesitate to message me or anything like that. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you will check out Stephy Pie's channel. I will leave it, like I said, linked in the description box below. She is awesome and her channel is really great, so please do check her out and subscribe if you want, and that would be awesome. It would mean a lot to me, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye guys.